What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the damn YouTube channel. How's everybody doing? How you doing? Come on, comment down below. Let me know how you're doing. I'm great. Thank you for asking. Today we're gonna do we got like a load of mini series running within the YouTube. Obviously we've been doing the raw workouts, and we just did the push workout the other day. So we're gonna take you through a raw posterior day. And now just to kind of give you some information before we get in there, because there's not gonna be loads of talking. I like to just get into the bulk of this training and kind of get my head down, and there'll be the few tips here and there, but largely just some stone cold hard work in the gym. So we've got a posterior day. Now posterior is something that I've been trying to bring up as something that I kind of float away and sink away as I get leaner, is my hamstrings, my glutes, and my back a little bit. So I've been trying to do a little bit more there, to be honest. So today is like a hamstring slash posterior workout with back. So we do like deadlifts, hamstring curls, and then we move into the bulk of our back workout, very much focusing on that thickness of the back and trying to just slab some fucking tissue on it, because we've got to go with the pro leagues next year. So without further ado, first exercise, deadlifts, baby. Let's go. All right, we're breaking out a fresh pair of the 1 MR reps, only because I don't know where mine are. I lost them. Deadlifts. We've been building up these deadlifts for a while. Obviously, I still am 6 weeks. I say 6 weeks post hernia. I got to be a little bit careful with just how hard we take it, but I've been building this up very slowly. So this is 170 on the bar now. I literally started at 100, was struggling because of my stomach. Then went to 120, 140, 160, now 170. This is also my second phase of progression week. So I've stripped off my volume in those first 2 weeks, which I mentioned a few videos ago. We will do a full sit down video kind of explaining the progression of the volume. But I'm in my week 2 of volume, or week 3 of progression volume. So basically weeks 1 to 2, same volume. Weeks 3 to 4, it's a slight bump up in volume. So I was just doing one all out set on this. Today we've got 2 sets, and you'll see as we go through, there's like a few sets here and there that are 3 sets, which would be 2 sets. And then we've got another phase of progression, which is gonna happen in a couple more weeks, to kind of just push drugs, push food, push volume, more muscle, right? We'll fucking find out. Set 1. Yes! No hero reps right now. Easy 7. Back off now. Oh my god. I have to drag myself through this fucking session today. Oh yeah, I'm fucked, man. So one little tip you guys can take onto your hamstring curls here is you're going to have an adjustment, hopefully, where you can start the hamstring low, or you can start the hamstring high. So what I'm going to recommend you do is put it in a position where your hamstring's not fully elongated, because as soon as you put it a little bit higher, like it is right there, you've immediately got stress coming through the back of your leg. And if you're going for a top set, which is going to be heavy, you know, you're going to immediately start in this stretched out position, in a compromised position for both your ligaments and your back of your leg, which way your ligaments are. So much rather start in a position where you don't need to get fully elongated, especially as in the hamstring. Especially as in the seated hamstring machine. is very much focused on trying to get your hamstring short rather than working that length and range. So just a little tip there. Alright, so we're going to go on to, this is a bit of a fancy one now. You might not have ever seen this movement, and if I'm honest, I never even saw this movement until this year, until I got programmed in it. So this is going to be a dumbbell thoracic extension with a scapular retraction. And this is all about that mid-back traps, and that kind of mid-back thickness, which is something that I definitely lack. So it's a bit of an awkward one to set up, but you're going to come right where that spine will bend, and you're just going to reach fully over, fully spinal flexion, and then you're going to come into full spinal extension, but then also just retract the elbow. So you're not rowing it, but instead, full protraction, and then full retraction. It's almost like the most isolating kind of full scapular retraction movement that you can get, because whenever we do scapular retraction, turn into an educational film now, haven't I? But when we do scapular retraction, it's always like in a row when you're coming all the way back, whether this one is just a full scap retraction without the row at the end, with that spinal flexion as well. So I've been doing this for a few weeks now, and I just feel that thickness build. Sorry, mate. Oh shit. You're gonna find when you do this, if you do this for the very first time, you're gonna be very, very weak. When in your bodybuilding career? I have never seen anyone in their bodybuilding career for a very long time, maybe there's a few people, have trained spinal flexion and extension like this, rather than hinging at the hip. Instead, like mid-spine flexion, retraction, you're gonna be very, very weak. So this is 25 kilos for like 7 then. I started on 15 for like 5. Obviously, I've got quick, very, very quickly because you neurologically adapt, but just be warned that you'll start weak and then you can build this up. Oh. 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 That's heavy as shit. So we're going to move on to some upper back work here. Again, like, you can change this movement to how you want it to go. You can sit high on here, you can grab these handles and go a little bit more lower back, but we're going to shift our chest a little bit lower. Think about bringing our elbows out and high and wrapping those scaps back. Fuck. Oosh. Oh, fucking hell. I'm absolutely smoked today. 2. So on to our biceps, because the lats are fried. This is like I said, this is our second week or second block of progressions. So we have 4 sets. Josh Bridgman is doing 4 sets of biceps. What's happened to the world? I don't know. I want my arms to grow, that's what. So we've got 4 sets on here. We go and take them all to failure. And then we've got 3 more after this. Oh. The one thing you guys will notice here is this lengthened position here, from the biceps as long as it can be, is being fully challenged. There's tension through the cable all the way, and this is something that you're not going to get on a preacher curl. So you've got to be throwing something where you're getting tension in that lengthened position to challenge that lengthened position. Otherwise, if you stick with preacher curls the whole way, preacher curls this. That's all a preacher curl is doing. But instead, getting that lengthened position, full contraction. Oh. So I like to challenge the lengthened position first, generally speaking. But there's no issue where you can flip it around, to be honest. But when you're looking at challenging biceps or triceps, you've got to consider that when you're in a fixed machine like a preacher curl, like we were just saying on the cable curls, you know, you're in this position here. So you actually never get to a fully lengthened position, so fully extended at the elbow. Not only because it does hurt if you fully extend at the elbow, and it's not very safe. But when you put yourself, when the cables are lower and behind you, you can fully extend without too much elbow pain, too much elbow joint issue. But you're basically challenging yourself in that lengthened position through the full range. And then maybe you can get a little bit more specific where you just go mid and short range, which is what we're going to do now. So we did 4 sets on the low cable curls. We'll do 3 sets on here, so 7 sets total. I did 7 sets on my triceps yesterday as well. So this is the most amount of volume that I've ever given my arms. So most amount of volume, still progressing, it should lead to more muscle. So this is going to be the main focus of the next kind of 6 to 8 weeks of training, is just trying to push that volume as far as we can get it, and there will be a point of diminishing returns, and those guys who perhaps do 4 sets of whatever on every single set, you might realize that your progression is not that quick, and that can be indicative of just doing a little bit too much volume. There's a lot of guys I know that maybe do like 4 or 5 big presses in a chest workout. Please just take yourself down to 2 or 3 and watch how quickly those 2 or 3 push up, as opposed to trying to progress all 4 or 5 presses. So I'm going to push my volume as high as it's probably ever been in the last 3 or 4 years. We're going to push the boundaries and see what we can do. But I don't doubt that there'll be a wall that we hit. We've just got to take our time hitting the wall. We don't want to just run full steam into it, because that's not, it doesn't seem very clever to me. So we'll just slowly build our way up to it and then hit that ceiling. Smoked. Set 7. Biceps done. We'll wrap this video outside for you guys. Hi guys, so we will wrap this video up there. Another episode done in the micro series of like keeping these workouts raw. We always want to try and find the balance of the educational content, which is obviously a very big core of the channel, but keep it entertaining, but also just straight bodybuilding, because that's what we're into, and that's what I'm into as well. So we're constantly trying to think of these new ideas and think of new ways to present our content. So if you guys ever have anything specific you want to see, like, drop a comment. I always like to try and lead the way by just like having a determined schedule or some pretty good ideas of what I want to show. But I'm always open to anything specific that you guys want to do. But we've got the topics that we sit down for. We've got the workouts which we do educational. We've got the raw workouts. We've got like supplement series, we've got so many different things that we bring on the channel, so we're constantly trying to innovate. But I hope you guys are enjoying it. Hope you guys have been enjoying the channel a lot lately. The love has been unreal. I think like for the first time in my YouTube history, I think that we have a minimum standard of 10k views per video. So between me and Andy, we'd like to say thank you. We finally get a minimum of 10,000 views. Those finally, it doesn't say like 9,783, it just says 10k, which is really, really nice to see. We've worked on this channel for like me and Andy relentlessly for the last year, like literally even more than that now maybe. So very, very grateful to be in this position, and hope you guys enjoyed this video. We'll be back very, very soon. In fact, we'll be back with a very, very special video soon, a couple of special videos very, very soon. The BPC are reunited, but we're not just reunited, we're coming big. We're coming for head tops. We're coming for the whole game. So you best believe it's going to happen. Next video, tune in. See you guys soon. Peace.